Today we will discuss half bridge inverter. Here we can see the circuit of in half bridge inverter. Previously we have studied rectifier circuit where we are getting DC output, input were AC. Here we can see that our input is DC and we will be getting AC output across this load. This is load resistance, and this capacitor will make the voltage constant Vs by 2, and here two diodes are there and two switches are there. It could be MOSFET or BJT or SCR, depending on the application. You will choose the switch. Okay, now we will discuss how the half bridge inverter circuit will work. In inverter circuit we will be getting a AC output. Okay, from DC we will be getting a AC output. Now here we can see when the switch Q1 on, okay, what will happen? This capacitor have fixed voltage Vs by 2. It will make constant voltage Vs by 2. Okay, or you can imagine it as a voltage source Vs by 2, Vs by 2. Okay, whatever may be, you can imagine it. Now from here you can see Vs by 2, Vs by 2, and if you apply KVL, then you can see Vs by 2, Vs by 2, total voltage Vs, it is equal to Vs. So KVL is maintaining in this loop. Now when switch Q1 is on, Q2 is off, what will happen? The current will flow through this circuit to the load and back to there. Okay, so if we draw the output waveform, what will happen? This frequency for T by 2 time, you will be getting current will be flow through this switch and making back to this capacitor. Okay, and so output voltage polarity will be, this will positive, this will negative, because current is entering at this point. We know the current entering to the resistor, that point will be positive, and leaving that point, that will be negative. So if we analyze that this side load voltage, we are taking, this is positive and this is negative. Okay, so output voltage you will be getting Vs by 2. Okay, I am drawing the graph. Okay, suppose this is, we will be getting this much amount of voltage across this load, because when switch is on, Q1 is on, it will act as a short circuit and whole total voltage will appear across this load, and the load voltage will be Vs by 2. Okay, now at T by 2 time, what you are doing? You are turning off this Q1 switch and you are turning on the Q2 switch. Okay, now whenever you are turning on this Q2 switch, what will happen to the load voltage and current? Then this switch is off, so current will not flow through this, and diode is reverse bias condition, so current will not flow like this. So what will happen? This switch is on, then this voltage source will supply the current, so current will be flow like this and back to here. So now the polarity of this voltage will change. This will act as positive, this is negative, because current is entering this load resistance terminal. So if we take this is as a positive reference, we are getting now this is positive, this is negative, and the value is minus Vs by 2. So this is minus Vs by 2, and this is the load voltage waveform. This is load and we are getting this type of voltage. Okay, now we have a question. We are in output, we are getting this type of waveform. Is it AC or DC? Okay, is it DC? No, because we know in DC there must be some average value. Okay, if we want to find the average value of this voltage waveform, what we will get? Let's see. Average means we have already calculated many average value waveform. Average equal to total time period 1 by T by 0 to T by 2 positive Vs by 2 dt plus in t by 2 to t minus Vs by 2 dt t by 2 to t. If we integrate, we will be getting V average equal to 0. So average value is 0. So this is not in DC waveform because we are getting 0 average value. So this is AC, but this is not pure AC because we always consider sinusoidal function is pure AC function. Okay, but we are getting a square wave. So this is not AC, but if we Fourier analyze it, we will be getting some harmonic component and higher harmonic component and fundamental term. What if we Fourier analyze this, we will be getting V01. Suppose this is V0. Okay, the value of this Fourier analysis we will be getting 2 Vs by n pi sin n omega t. Okay, sin, let me write it again, sin n omega t. Okay, here we can see n value. Okay, n is harmonic. Okay, what type of harmonic will be there? This is a odd function. Okay, if we draw it like this in negative part, it will be getting odd function. Then Fourier analysis, we will be getting first harmonic, third harmonic, fifth harmonic, seventh harmonic, ninth harmonic, like that. Okay, so we will be getting odd harmonic, means first harmonic voltage. If we Fourier analysis, this is this type of sinusoidal. Third harmonic means this type of graph we will be getting. Fifth harmonic means we have a, so if we summation it, we will be getting a square wave. If we Fourier analyze this, we will be getting this type of voltage. Okay, so what is the value of first harmonic RMS value of voltage? If we Fourier analyze this is the Vmax and this is sin n omega t. So first harmonic voltage n equal to 1, so we will be getting 2 Vs by root 2 pi. Okay, because we know RMS value equal to Vm by root 2. Here Vm equal to maximum value equal to 2 Vs by pi. So 2 Vs by pi root 2. Okay, it will be the harmonic analysis of this output voltage. Okay, now if we analyze the normal RMS voltage. Okay, so let me try it again. The output voltage we have already tried. It will be, we will be getting Vs by 2 and minus Vs by 2, and this is minus Vs by 2, T by 2 and T. Okay, if we want to get the RMS value of this voltage, not harmonic. All harmonic will be present there. First harmonic, third harmonic, seventh, whatever may be, we will be getting total harmonic. Okay, so what will be that? Vrms equal to, we know, 1 by time period 0 to t Vt square. Okay, dt. Here V is by 2 whole square into dt and whole root. If we do this, we will be getting Vrms equal to Vs by 2. Okay, this we will be getting. Now here we can see Vs by 2, it is total harmonic. Okay, here this harmonic voltage is equal to V first harmonic square, V third harmonic square, V fifth harmonic square, V seventh harmonic square, like so on. Okay, now we have to familiar with one term, total harmonic distortion. We can see in power electronics gadget, you can see some mobile charger or any LED light or something electrical apparatus. One term will be there. You can see THD, total harmonic distortion. Okay, or you can see in inverter or any electrical gadget, THD there is term. That's mean total harmonic distortion. Okay, here we can from this inverter we are getting a square wave from where we first harmonic, third harmonic, fifth harmonic, many harmonic will be there, higher order harmonic there. We will be getting power from first harmonic only, okay, and third, fifth, higher order harmonic will the energy of the higher order harmonic will dissipated as a heat, okay. So this higher order harmonic will heated the machine, okay. So this is one type of loss. So if you getting higher order harmonic, 5th, 9th, 11 more harmonic present there, then your machine will be getting heated, okay. So this is no work done by the higher order harmonic. So you always want that your higher order harmonic will be less in your electrical apparatus. So total harmonic distortion term, this is defined as THD, total VRMS square, okay, minus first harmonic square by first harmonic, okay. So this is VRMS minus V1. So this means VRMS square means V1 square plus V2, V3 square plus V5 square, so on. So you will getting the neglected harmonic, that will produce only heat, okay. So you are analyzing that how much unnecessary harmonic will be present in there, okay. So less amount of THD, less amount the losses, okay. So this term you have to familiar with THD, total harmonic distortion. Now in this circuit we can see another thing, the diode will present there. So for resistive load I have already analyzed it. The current flow through, there is no current flowing through this diode. So what is the need of this diode in this circuit? Suppose this load is inductive load, okay. Not only resistance, higher inductance will be there, okay. Higher inductor will be there. So what will happen? Then the diode operation will come into the picture. What will be happen? When you are turning off this Q1 switch, okay. So before turning off this switch, the current direction is in this direction, okay. Now at T/2, you are turning off this switch, okay. So you are turning on the switch Q2. Now this voltage source will act, so current must flow through this and back to this. But we have already studied the inductor have special capability. It will always force the current to flow in same direction. So inductor will not allow the sudden change in direction of current. So you are switching on this switch, but inductor will change its polarity so that the current will flow through this at that moment when you are switching off this Q1. So that time current will flow through D2 to switch and this, okay. The current will flow through D2 freewheeling, this will act as a freewheeling diode, okay. So that time voltage will be in this direction and current flowing in this direction. That means load is giving power to the source, okay. So if higher value of inductor will present at the when diode will operate, then the load will giving power to the source, okay. That is the half bridge inverter.